Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of Soptic Sports. First, catch us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Soptic Sports. I think we're going to talk a lot about the NBA playoffs today. You know, there's Game 7 last night between the Celtics and the Heat that we all watched together.
Yeah, let's just talk about that. Caleb Martin.
26, I think.
Yeah, you can't avoid him. He had an absolutely tremendous game. The Heat needed someone to step up, especially after Gabe Vincent went down. So that was huge.
The Heat role players are the Heat role players have played so well. Like they wouldn't as much as Jimmy Butler has been Jimmy Butler. Like the Heat wouldn't be anywhere without their role players. I think they have their role players are playing the best out of any role players in the NBA. Literally, last night was a prime example. Game 7, and I feel like when you were watching, you were just watching straight role players hitting threes.
Yeah. The Heat Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, but this game it was only Caleb Martin and Jimmy. Jimmy was taking over. He was playmaking, especially in the first half. He was finding open guys for threes, finding Caleb Martin for threes.
Yeah.
Jimmy 28, Caleb Martin 26. Down the stretch, Jimmy was getting them. He was hitting a couple threes, getting second chance opportunities. I don't know how much that's going to be available against the Nuggets. So it's going to be an interesting series. Coming into the finals, the Nuggets are heavy favorites. I believe it's minus 3-6.
Celtics ever have a lead? Like a real lead?
In the game last night?
Yeah, no,
not in the second half at all.
No, I don't even think they did after the first 2
didn't.
minutes or something.
They didn't have a lead. I think they made some they cut it shorter, but
they got it down to 6 at one point, and then it just went
back up to 18.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do it with Tatum's ankle.
Yeah, Tatum's ankle got messed up.
I think Tatum doesn't roll his ankle. It probably plays out as a different game.
Jaylen Brown didn't play great either.
Yeah.
That was his opportunity.
Jaylen Brown had 8 turnovers last night.
That's what I was saying before you guys got there. I was talking
maybe even a
Marcus
worse statistic. Jaylen Brown's going 1 for 9.
No, that's not even a worse statistic. Turning over the ball 8 times is so bad, bro. Alone, 8 turnovers, literally.
Both are bad.
Both are bad, but you can win a game shooting 1 for 9 from 3. But you will lose a lot of games if you have one dude turning over the ball 8 times.
8 turnovers is 16 points for the other team.
If they score on it.
There's 16 potential points for the other team. That's a huge swing.
8 turnovers is crazy.
That's a huge swing. There were 8 bad turnovers. He capitalized on a lot of those.
A lot of them are just silly passes that just were straight layups.
He just lost the ball, and Duncan Robinson, a very athletic defender, came over and took that away.
Yeah.
But what's also impressive is Derek White. Derek White was
like a
bona fide starter in the NBA. It was what he's looking at.
He's balling.
Derek White.
I think the Celtics. The Celtics are now stuck in a really interesting position. Seeing where they go forward from is really interesting. Because now they got to choose one of the guys. Now either I think they're
one of the guys.
I think they have 3 options. They stick with one of the guys, or they stick with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and trade Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and someone else and try to get a good big man.
When you say one of the guys, you mean Marcus Smart between the 3 of them, or do you mean Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum?
One of the guys has to go, the 3. One of the 3.
I think Marcus Smart goes.
Yeah, me too. And I think that also opens up a spot for someone to become a leader.
He's got I think
Marcus Smart doesn't need to be on that team.
Yeah, but
Marcus Smart is a good player, but Marcus Smart isn't in my opinion, they can have a player that
they could have a similar player to him for cheaper.
For way cheaper.
I think if they could get a Pat Bev, that could help him out.
They need a good big man. I think Al Horford needs to go.
Yeah.
I hate Al Horford. For no reason, bro. Al Horford thinks he's him, bro.
He used to be him.
He used to be him, bro, but he thinks he's him now, bro.
But if Robert Williams can develop into a non-only lob threat player,
he's a bum.
He's a lob threat though. He's a lob threat.
His dinosaur arms.
I'd like to see them get a more athletic, dominant big.
That's what I'm saying.
But also I think I don't know. Jaylen Brown is a tremendous player, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone somewhere.
That's what I was gonna say. If they get rid of Jaylen Brown, it's gotta.
I think his contract's up next year, not this summer, but next summer. So they would need a trade.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe they give one more.
Who knows what's going on inside that locker room right now?
Yeah.
Who knows if they're like pointing fingers because they lost Game 7 or
You see
saying
the
they
thing
got
where-
all the way back.
Yeah.
There was a
Who knows
report
what's
that
going on.
the Celtics seem like a team that are just trying to force like them to like each other.
It does. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like that. It just seems like there's.
No, that was an inside report.
It doesn't seem like they have any like. Marcus Smart is the leader of that team, and in my opinion, that's embarrassing. Like Marcus Smart plays the role of a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when Marcus Smart's your third best player, maybe he shouldn't be playing the role of the leader. Like Jason Tatum, I think now has to like.
It has to be Jason Tatum.
It has to
Yeah,
be
Or
Jason
Jaylen
Tatum.
Brown. It could be Jaylen Brown too. I think he's.
I don't
like,
think, but dude, like Jason Tatum is the guy. Like, just
Yeah,
like
no doubt, no doubt,
Tatum,
no doubt.
oh, what back-to-back first team All NBA?
yeah, like he is the
Um,
guy. Like,
I think he was up there. He was up there in MVP.
Yeah.
let's be real. You're getting
yeah.
rid of Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum.
As much as I hate the Celtics, like I gotta like give him so much credit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was super impressed just watching him play.
Yeah,
There's sometimes we just watch people play like whatever sport, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah, no, he also looked different last
he's
night.
cold.
He couldn't really hit any of his
Yeah,
sidesteppers. He didn't even attempt a sidestep.
No,
Bro.
but in the beginning of the series when he was forcing a lot of those, against Philadelphia, he had that three-quarter stretch in that one game where he had like 4 points. He was shooting terribly. He was settling for a bunch of jump shots, like just for no reason. When he gets to his spots, he's determined to get downhill. Like we saw it against Jimmy Butler. He was just
He
one
was
cross,
getting
just
downhill.
by him.
But I'm
right
saying,
away.
like, after that ankle injury, he just, like, wasn't as explosive
No, yeah.
off of that foot. Like, it was obvious, too.
He was grimacing.
He's grimacing. He was, even, like, on plays, he wasn't, like, limping. He was just, like, in obvious pain while walking.
Yeah.
And that was something that was, like, tough to see.
Yeah,
None of us wanted to see a Game 7 where the best player, in my opinion, on the court gets hurt.
Yeah. I mean, so what do you guys think about the final?
I think the Nuggets are too good of an overall team to lose to the Heat.
Yeah, the Nuggets.
I think they rebound the ball too well. They
I think-
score so well, bro. Like,
I think the Nuggets are gonna win, but the Heat got that dog.
I want Jimmy Butler to get
Like,
it. Seeing
last
Jimmy
night-
Butler with a ring and Finals MVP
Dude.
trophy would actually be so
Last
amazing.
night when
man.
Jimmy Butler told them he was like, I don't want to hold the trophy.
Yeah, I
wanna
love
hold
that.
The
Yeah,
next
I love-
one.
yeah.
That was tough.
I mean,
That's that dog.
I think I completely understand why the Nuggets are such heavy favorites, and I think that the Nuggets are a better team than the Heat. But the Heat play a different style of basketball where it's
That is
like they're playing as like a unit more rather than like two guys that are kind of playmaking, which I like, and it is consistent.
But I think the Nuggets
basketball.
are the only other team that play close to a unit like
Yeah.
the Heat.
Yeah.
Like, the
I
Nuggets
was
move
about
the
to
ball
say,
very well.
as much as the
they get
Nuggets-
everyone involved.
As much as the Nuggets have their two guys, part of like Jokic, one of their guys, is his whole thing is how
He's able to connect.
he
Yeah,
playmates.
that's
He
the
gets everybody involved.
Like, that's
Whether that
part
be
of it.
Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., bro, like everybody can drop buckets everywhere on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's not
DeAndre,
anyone can be found on anywhere on the floor.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know what the stat is, but there's some stat that an ex-Knicks player played in the finals for a certain amount of years. DeAndre Jordan's keeping that alive, so clap for that. DeAndre Jordan's gonna get a ring first out of Blake Griffin and Chris Paul.
he's gonna kiss Jokic after.
He's
You saw that? Nah, but I think
in shambles last night when they lost. Blake Griffin. It was his last time getting a ring. He thought it was about to happen.
Nah, it was-
I forgot he was on the
it was his
Celtics
last time getting to
night.
give Tatum a handshake. He was their hype man.
He
That's
was
hype man in the
their-
NBA this year.
That's so funny.
Both of them were literally beefing over each
Yeah,
other.
no, but I do have the Nuggets. I think.
I have the Nuggets in like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be rooting for the Heat. But I do have the
Same.
Nuggets.
Okay, I'm standing by my past prediction, in which if the Heat could steal a game at Denver, I think this series goes 6 or 7 and the Heat pull it out.
Really?
If they can't steal
So
one at
bold.
if they can't steal one at
I
Denver,
agree with that though.
Love
If
that.
they're gonna win, they have to win.
If
Denver.
they can't steal one in Denver, then I think it's gonna be Nuggets in 5. Then yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
my
I mean,
opinion, if
that's-
they come out the first 2 games and don't win one of them in Denver, like what? They won both. They won So
They won the
win
first
all-
three. They won the first three.
They won 3 games
Yeah.
They won one
in
at
Boston.
home,
They
too.
won
Yeah.
Game 7, Game 1, Game 2.
Two away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 3 away.
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
7.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning when they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, they have to win. I mean, a game in Boston. I think if they win one of those 2, it's going to go to 7, and I think that's just.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's honestly a really hard series to predict because like they both like the Nuggets obviously like you look at it and like the Nuggets obviously should be the favorites, but like at least inside of me, I want the Heat to win. Like I could see it happening, but they'd have to play very well. Jimmy Butler would have to play like he did in the first round too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing with the Heat compared with the Lakers. They definitely have a lot more of just on-ball defensive intensity from especially
They
their
play way better defense.
especially for like their guard matchups.
They match up way better.
I think
in
they
their position. That is. The
I
thing.
don't know about Jokic. I think this is a worse matchup for the Heat than the Lakers with Jokic. But I think that the Heat will be able to. You'd rather, if you're Jokic, would you rather play AD or Bam?
I mean, that's a difficult question.
That is a difficult question because Bam is low key like a.
He might say AD, but the thing is like they're like
AD's
he's
also
gonna be
not
like
like
those
a
are
true
2
center,
tough guys
too.
to play against.
Yeah, like those are
AD's
2 of the
not
hardest.
like a
But
true
AD,
center.
it doesn't matter if he's a true center. He's a bona fide
He's a
rim
bona fide
protector,
defender,
defensive
yeah.
player of the year,
Yeah.
best defender in the league.
Nah, I think.
No,
But I think Bam comes out on those.
right there.
I think Bam comes
He's
out
gone.
on.
Bam's right
Bam's not right there, but I think Bam's better on those like, if they're pulling Bam out of the paint, I think it's gonna get bad. But if like, I don't think Bam's gonna be lining up with Jokic at the 3-point line.
I don't
Like,
know,
Bam
we'll
can't
see.
do that.
Bam needs to get physical. The one thing I didn't like about Bam in Game
He's
7
like
was he was.
Well, because he had 3,000 the second quarter.
No, but he was also when he had the ball, and he had Derek White matched. You saw this. He had Derek White matched up on him like 5 times because of the screen and switch.
Yeah, but he had 2 charges called on him early in the
Oh, he
game.
did?
Yeah, he was literally just running into people.
Bro,
early in the game.
I was like, why is this man like running sideways and chucking up shots? He missed like 5 straight shots.
In the first 5 minutes, he like, I don't even know who it was. He literally just shoved them and then hit a layup and then called a foul. And he was like, he gets tight over every foul too.
No, but I think that Jamal Murray, I don't think that he's going to be dropping 40 every game like he was against the Lakers. I think that Jimmy's going to be able to.
Yeah,
Both
had
like
like
2.
When I say 40 every game, I don't mean he's dropping.
Yeah, no.
But I think that they have more, how do I say it, like small ball intensity than the Lakers did. Like who
That's
who are the
fair.
Lakers guards?
No.
Who was bringing the energy? Like D'Lo, definitely not. D'Lo's putting shots up after the game, getting ready for next year on a different team.
You're right.
But
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
Let's just go through.
let's go through what?
Heat, Six, whatever.
Oh, whatever we think. Alright, let's start going through what we think.
go through every game.
Thought we already read
Everyone
this.
goes through every game.
You never know everything, every game. I agree with that.
Which one?
Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, Game 5.
Let's see how you
Who you think is gonna
what's your breakdown.
Oh, okay. So total
Okay,
breakdown. I'm gonna go. Heat get 1. Nuggets get 2. Nuggets get 3. Nuggets get 4. Heat get 5. Nuggets get 6.
I got Nuggets, Heat, Nuggets. So it's Nuggets and 6. I got Nuggets winning the first 2 in Denver. The Heat winning one in Miami, and then losing one in Miami, winning the next one in Denver, and losing Game 6 in Miami.
I think they lose Game 6. I think they lose Game 6.
I'm about to manifest Miami victory. So we got Game 1 in Denver, going to Miami. And it's going to even out Game 2 in Denver, and then Denver's going to take Game 3.
Wait, you think Miami's in Game 1?
Oh yeah.
I think if we're saying Miami's gonna win one of the first 2, it's got like.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying
that off the table.
the only
That's what it
reason,
was.
the only
Bro,
reason,
throw it over there.
Bro, shut up. The only way Miami's gonna win is if they get at least one in Denver. So I'm saying this is how they're gonna win. They're gonna get one in Denver.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose the other one. Then they're gonna lose the first game in Miami. So they're down 2-1. They're gonna win that next game. It's gonna be 2-2.
You think they're only Game
And then
5?
they're gonna lose when the Game 7 in Denver. And and just go into the Heat for the chip.
Damn.
That's fair. I think also a big rule is this series starts on Thursday. The Heat stopped playing on what's today?
It was Mondays.
On Monday.
Yeah.
The Nuggets haven't played since what was it? Last.
I don't even know. They haven't
Last
played
Monday.
They're definitely rested.
They're definitely
They rested
rested
a full
and
week.
in Denver. They're resting in Denver.
What looked like it
Heat
could've-
are coming to them.
This is where it gets interesting because it looked like at first that 3-0 series, right? Heat and Nuggets,
Yeah.
and then obviously the Celtics came back, so it was looking like 2 short series, 2 both like
Rested
healthy,
teams.
rested teams. And now we see the Gabe Vincent injury.
Yeah.
See what other things pop up. So it's very different now. So
Yeah.
we'll see how fresh the Heat are out there.
I think it's actually going to be one of the most entertaining finals in recent years.
Yeah.
What I'm kind of scared.
I mean,
of-
the Warriors Celtics finals was interesting, though, in my opinion. I liked that finals. I watched that finals. But I think it's actually going to be a fun finals.
Yeah, me too.
I think there'll be some great
I really want the Heat this year.
I really
want the Heat,
I'm
same,
really
same,
scared
same.
of the Nuggets. But what I'm really scared about is every game is close, but
Yeah.
every game the Nuggets win.
Yeah.
You know.
The
So
Nuggets just keep hitting shots.
if that happens, then it's just gonna be just depressing watching, just thinking that they have a chance,
Yeah.
and then they get the brooms brought out on them. But let's see. Man.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the times when they're a crazy team.
Alright, what's up, guys? So this is our NHL segment now. We just wrapped up our NBA segment. So we're going into the Stanley Cup right now. We got the Panthers going against the Knights. The Knights won in 6 last night. They won 6-0 last night. That was an absolute smacking of the Stars. What do you guys think about it?
Well, once again, I have to take my credit for another outstanding prediction. I must say, Stars versus Vegas. I said that it could just Stars or Vegas might take the early games, and then just get it going, maybe 5-6. Then it looked like they were about to get the sweep, maybe, and then the Stars stole a couple games, but then Vegas ultimately coming out top. 6-0 last night is crazy. 6-0 for an elimination game for the Stars. Like, if you're the Stars, maybe you go out and you lose an OT, whatever, you gave it what you could. 6-0, man.
Yeah, 6-0 was embarrassing. 3-0 after the first. It was over from the first whistle. It was embarrassing. But I mean, I thought Vegas was the better team. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah,
we all thought that Vegas was going to close out Game 6.
Yeah.
We didn't think that the Stars were going to make the same type of run as like any other team in the past that came back from 3-0. We thought that Vegas were taking them in 6. Now we have a really interesting series.
Very, very.
I think that.
I think that both of these teams have their guys, and their guys are performing in the playoffs.
Dude.
No.
Dude, this is
You
gonna
can't say anything.
this is gonna be a banger.
I think this might be one of the best Stanley Cup series that we've seen. And
This
just everyone like I'm super excited for this Panthers Cinderella run to finish with finish with a trophy above their heads.
I have the Panthers too, I think. But I don't know, dude. Vegas is so good.
Vegas is so good.
But like the Panthers have just beaten every single team they've seen. Like it's been ridiculous. The Panthers are flying too. Both teams are going to be flying. But Vegas does have that home ice advantage if it does go to 7. I'm pretty sure.
And Vegas, new team in the last 5 years or so. But that crowd gets into it.
Was this their second?
That crowd, yeah. No, like this might be like multiple, right? They
No, I think it's
they got to one and lost, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's their second time going.
Yeah.
But they've only been in the league for like 5 years. It's like
but those games, the crowd is roaring like it's an original 6 hockey team.
yeah.
Like it's crazy. And looking at this lineup, right? You compare the two teams. Obviously, you got how I'm picturing it. You got coming from the beginning of the playoffs. You got the underdog, the Panthers. That's where they came in. And then you got this juggernaut in Vegas.
I don't think either team is the underdog.
Not right now, obviously, but coming in, just coming into the playoffs.
Oh, it's coming in the playoffs. Yeah.
So, and then you look at these rosters, right? you look at Vegas and you're like, damn, they got Jack Eichel, Marchessault on defense. They got Shea Theodore, Petrangelo. Like they got their guys, right?
Yeah.
You also look at the Panthers.
William
The Panthers also have their guys too. Kachuk, you were talking about it like he was a top 5 player in the NHL. I respectfully disagree with that statement. Maybe getting a little swayed into.
Disagree. How are you gonna disagree?
I
think I said that before Game 4 too.
No, you did.
Yeah, like.
I just think outside the playoffs,
He's that guy.
I'm not ready.
Logan's a huge Kachuk fan.
Oh, Kachuk. Wow.
Kachuk impressed him.
He's the Jimmy Butler of that team.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Exactly. He in playoffs, he's playing like the best player in the league. But I'm not ready to put him above.
No, he's dude.
I'm not ready to put him above Matthews.
He's better than Jimmy Butler though.
Yeah,
He's better than Jimmy Butler.
Yes,
It's different.
Yes,
it's different.
He
It's
is.
not the same. It's not the same as It's not the same as Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler doesn't do things as well as the top 5 guys. Kachuk does stuff as well as top 5 guys. He's scoring like that. He's assisting like that. He's playing defense like that. He's playing physical like that. He's leading his team. He's not getting, and he's showing up in the big moments.
David, did you change your mind? Panthers win in series.
Maybe, but I just don't think it's a crazy thing to say that there's 5 other
He's
guys
not
who are
Jimmy
better.
Butler. Jimmy Butler's the type. Jimmy Butler's been on a bunch of teams.
Okay.
He's gone around. Jimmy Butler's is older.
Soptic Sports audience. Soptic Sports hockey fans. Alright? Me and William Shaw were having a debate about Matthew Tkachuk being the top 5. And I mentioned maybe the second best player in the league, Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
And he said that Tkachuk was better than Draisaitl.
That's not what I said. I said I don't know.
I think that.
And I think Draisaitl's better. I do think Draisaitl's better.
Okay.
But with that being said, they're different types of players.
They are different
You
players.
put Draisaitl on the Panthers aren't in this position right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I don't think it's not that crazy of a statement to make. Draisaitl's an unbelievable player, and I think he's the second best player in the league. But Kachuk could be 3.
Alright, well, obviously everything changes if you win a Stanley Cup and you perform in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Like
So-
that's better. That's better than Draisaitl. Draisaitl's the second option on a team that's never done it. If Kachuk can win it, Kachuk's young.
The McDavids, man. The McDavids need to figure their own situation out, man. They got a lot going on themselves, man. Come on. Darn unders gotta get packed up.
I'm just dude. Kachuk is young. He hasn't had a bad year up to this point.
I'm not trying to disrespect him. I think he's one of like.
He's a
people
class.
I love to watch him. He's a
stand-up
entertainer.
guy too. He's a class guy.
Yeah, he is. You see that the interview with Chuck and Shaq?
Yeah,
Who to
right.
pick? He was like, "Yeah, Tatum's my boy, but I'm from Florida, so
Yeah,
I'm rooting for both of them."
He's well
He's well spoken. He said a whole lot without saying nothing. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So final picks. We got the Panthers.
Let's do the same thing we did in the NBA.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
just go through my
Game
1 through 7. So we got. So Vegas is gonna be at home first. Panthers gotta take 1.
Yep.
Vegas takes 2.
Yep.
I think 3-4. I'm not sure who wins, but I think they do split them. And then I think the Panthers win Game 5 in Vegas, win Game 6 at home. Panthers in 6 is my prediction.
I'm gonna take a bold route to the end of the Stanley Cup Finals. Games 1 and 2. I got them Panthers coming into Vegas, snatching 2 games back to back. And then I think they split the series in Florida. So it's 3-1 Florida. Then they go back. I think Vegas gets a game, and then it's Panthers in 6.
Wow. So yeah. So we both said Panthers in 6, but a little differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't mind giving my prediction?
And you on?
Alright. You know, I'm gonna go with something bold here.
Go ahead.
Not a lot of people would expect, but I'm gonna go first 3 games to the Panthers,
Uh-huh.
last 4 to Vegas.
Oh.
Okay.
Biggest 3-0 comeback. You heard it here first. That is
Not only in like the beginning of playoffs, but in the Stanley Cup.
In the Stanley
Stanley Cup.
He doesn't even go with his boy Kachuk.
No. I'm actually gonna give a more realistic take. I think one of the teams comes back from being down 3-1.
3-1.
I'm saying.
Like I think one team will be like up 3-1, the other team will come
I
back.
think that's a fair
And then like
prediction.
low key lose.
Logan, can you name me the last NHL team to come back out?
You let me cut. What? What? The last
NHL team to come back down.
Yo.
3-1 in a playoff series.
Yo,
That
chill.
happened like this.
That happened last year.
Yo, what do you mean, my boy? Look,
The Rags against the
Yeah.
Penguins.
that was the last 3-1.
Think about it.
Was that the last 3-1?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? Can we get a fact check on
Let's
that?
Alright, so.
Can we get a fact check on that in the back, please? What
Okay,
was
so let's think about all the series, right? What do we have? Boston.
Are you sure? Dude, the Panthers
Oh, the
really
Panthers
came back
did it.
from 3-1 this year. You don't have to fact check anymore,
Wait,
Max.
are you sure?
Yes.
Aye.
But yeah, let's just go back to a random 3-1 from last year.
From last year,
I
man.
guess.
Them Rags, man, against the Pittsburgh Penguins, against a man who is better than Alex Ovechkin all time, Sidney Crosby.
Bro, you want to have? Can we have that debate? Can we have that debate? Can we have that debate?
I think
I
there's
don't-
some more recent championship news, arguably more important than
Oh,
the
okay.
NHL as a whole.
Okay, so you okay?
PGA Tour. We got John Rahm.
The NCAA.
Yeah,
Men's
we can switch
Lacrosse
up that. So
Championship.
So
Yesterday.
that wraps up hockey.
Sick game.
So we're gonna talk.
Save that debate for another day.
Yeah, we'll
so
save the Crosby
another
Ovechkin
episode. We'll do a
debate.
Crosby Ovechkin debate.
Yeah.
So, in other news though, NCAA Division I Lacrosse National Championship. We got Notre Dame
Yeah.
coming over top over Duke.
Yeah.
It's interesting though because Duke versus Penn State in the semifinals. Interesting call to end the game to have Duke advance.
You know, unfortunately, I couldn't tune into that one.
Yeah, can you explain that to me? What was
Okay,
it called?
so
What was
here's
it?
the thing, right?
Please.
I think Max
Enlighten
knows more
me,
about it too.
yes.
Game-winning goal, right? Correct? Game-winning goal. So on the game-winning goal, late in the fourth quarter. In OT. In OT. So the last goal of the game, Duke stepped into the crease on their shot.
Oh, I
And
saw that.
and
I saw that.
And
Actually.
they won the game.
I saw
But
that.
due to the rules, because of overtime winner, they weren't allowed to go to review
Yeah.
it. So even though he stepped in the crease clearly, they couldn't.
No way.
It's a crazy call, but I mean, Duke deserved to be there. They balled all season.
Yeah, Brendan O'Neill.
Brendan
Brendan
so
O'Neill is
tough.
crazy.
It's sick to like see those guys like in college not
Yeah.
balling. Like,
Yeah.
it's sick.
And there's a lot of New York boys who knows matchups.
Yeah. I mean, I think the big story of the day though is Notre Dame winning the first NCAA men's championship for lacrosse in school history.
Yeah, they've
They've been knocking for a few years.
been knocking for years, for years.
And now the
Against,
Cosmos.
It was Albany with the Thompson brothers against who was it? The Notre Dame famous like the Albany Notre Dame with Lyle Thompson.
Oh yeah.
Who was the other players?
Oh, on Notre Dame.
There's
It was
two players.
defender. I feel
No,
like it was
there's-
Matt Landis.
No, I just remember the matchup.
The offense versus defense matchup, right?
No. Well, the
Yeah.
Notre Dame was stacked. They had one really tall midi, I think.
Oh, was that? I don't know. Matt Landis was a crazy defender.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was maybe like Sergio or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sergio Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, the Kavanaugh twins
Yeah,
are
the Kavanaugh.
dogs.
You were talking about. You said that he had a hamstring injury. I saw
Yeah.
his post game interview. He was talking about how he had to deal with it.
Sergio Perkovic.
Yeah.
That guy's gross.
There's this. That was like number 15. Just keep talking about it.
Oh yeah, so for all you who don't know, Pat Kavanaugh, one of the Kavanaugh twins, tore or pulled his hamstring earlier in the playoffs, and he kept playing. And then he played through the game. He wasn't great. I mean, he had a piece of tape on the bottom of his leg, a piece of tape on the top, and an elastic band functioning as his hamstring. So you can't expect that much from him. But he was still pretty good. I mean, his brother really stepped up and put a lot of goals. But what I was most interested in the game, Davis, I don't know if you saw this, Duke's clear. It was just like weird, and that's what led to the other, like their clear and ride. They had the goal.
Yeah, their ride. They brought the goalie all the way
Yeah.
out. And was it Kavanaugh? No, I don't believe it was Kavanaugh.
No, we hit the bar down.
Bar down from half.
Wait, what?
From mid, yeah, bar down from
What
midfield.
goal was it? What goal was it? Which one?
Look.
5-1, I think.
You can pull it up.
5-1 to 6-1.
Yeah, look at this.
The other restraining
What? Bro.
bar down.
Bar down.
Why?
It doesn't get much better than
Because the
that.
goalie was pulled out.
And then there were like three other goals.
Wait, the
where
goalie was pulled out for the ride like that?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
To
it's like
take away the pass.
It was like their tactic, I guess.
It's like they were just like high press.
I'm surprised they didn't pull it like that tactic like pretty early on.
Dude, that's a snipe and a half.
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
still a snipe. I mean, it was like fine, but there were other goals where like the goalie was just out of place from there.
That's odd coaching, but yeah, for Notre Dame, that's great for Notre Dame. What was that?
Just looking at the 2015 quarterfinal between one of the greatest lacrosse players of all time,
Yeah,
Lyle
he went to
Thompson.
Pelham.
He went to Pelham?
Yeah.
Wow. He held Matt Landis, the defender, held Lyle Thompson to 1 goal. Number 15, sorry, Soptic scores. I gotta find a player.
Matt Cavanaugh was the player that Davis was looking for, from the 2015 national championship. I don't really know why that's relevant.
Well, we're talking about. Well, I think it's very relevant when we.
But I mean, it
about
was a
this.
sick championship.
His two relatives just won it, so I think
good point.
it's only right to take a trip back into the past.
But in the interview after the game, the Notre Dame coach, the guy was like pressing him, like trying to like say this stuff about the past, but it's about the present. They just won the championship. You gotta give it up.
As much as everything is about the present, and in the world we live in today, there's many beautiful things that happened in the past. The beautiful thing that happened is Albany versus Notre Dame. Here's what happened, Shasta. Right? Number 1 Notre Dame, unranked Albany. Albany is led by Lyle Thompson and the other Thompsons. Right? They're Native Americans who have braid coming out of the back, and they play with just such a skilled style, like toe drags, coming backhand across. Super entertaining, right? Against a stacked Notre Dame team, they had Matt Cavanaugh, Sergio Perkovic, who was this like 6'5", just beast, rip shots, just 120 miles an hour, actually,
Yeah.
And then they had Matt Landis, who eventually he held Lyle Thompson to 1 goal in that game, right? So I believe it was 11-11. It's 11-11 in OT. It's a back and forth game. And Matt Cavanaugh, he just takes over and gets the goal. And it's I remember last year, especially when we were all into lacrosse just a lot. I was watching that like over and over again. It's just it's an electric moment.
Wait, so
what year was this?
2015.
But that wasn't the trip.
No, it was in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
wait, so who won?
Notre Dame.
Oh,
They won the game, but they didn't win the
No.
national championship.
Oh, I thought Albany was gonna win the game.
No, I wish.
Yeah, it's just like.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
That's even better. What a great memory. Thank you, Storytime Davis.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for the episode today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit up the socials at Soptic Sports, and have an amazing day.
Yeah.
So big.